All right, guys. Today we're going to be talking about the executive branch as we continue to talk about Georgia's government. Georgia's executive branch consists of Georgia's governor, lieutenant governor, and state agencies. Georgia's governor works as the leader of the state and the head of the state agencies. Remember, we talked about this. Georgia does not have a president. Okay, there's no president of the state, but there is a governor of the state, and he is the leader. Okay, as of right now, this is him right here, and his name is Brian Kemp. We also have lieutenant governor, and this is the current lieutenant governor right here. Remember, the lieutenant governor is like the second in charge, and if the governor can't do his duties, then the lieutenant governor takes over. All right, so let's talk about some qualifications. Governor, you got to be 30 or older. Okay. Time in Georgia, you got to at least have lived here 6 years. Time as a U.S. citizen, you have to at least have been a U.S. citizen for 15 years. That means that you can be born in another country, but you have got to be a citizen of the United States for 15 years. Term, you serve 4-year terms. You can serve back-to-back terms, but you got to take a break afterwards. You can't serve 3 straight terms in Georgia. Election, you are elected by the people of the state of Georgia. And your duties and responsibilities, you're the head of the state's executive branch. As far as lieutenant governor, you got to be 30 or older as well. You got, just like the governor, 6 years. In Georgia, you got to have been a U.S. citizen for 15 years. Now, as far as terms, you serve 4 years at a time, but you can serve there as many terms as you want in a row. Okay, so that's different than the governor. Understand that. The governor can only serve 2 back-to-back terms at a time. Lieutenant governor, not the case. They can serve unlimited terms. Election, they're elected by the people. And their duties, the duties as the lieutenant governor is the head of the Georgia Senate, which is what we talked about yesterday in class. Yeah, so 30 years old to be both. Okay, I actually would not be able to do that right now. I still have a little time until I can run for governor. Responsibilities of the governor. The governor of Georgia has many responsibilities. This person has to enforce Georgia's law and works as the leader of the state as its chief executive. This person represents our state, signs our bills into laws, vetoes bills. Now remember, what's a veto? Veto is where they say no to a bill. Gives annual state of the state addresses, meets with business leaders, declares states emergencies, sends law enforcement into situations, appoints people to positions, and meets with state agencies to enforce the law. Some more responsibilities of the lieutenant governor. Lieutenant governor crosses over to the legislative branch to lead the Georgia Senate. As the president of the Senate, the lieutenant governor calls the meetings of the Senate in order, assigns senators to committees. Remember, committees are very important when it comes to our legislators, and can cast a tie-breaking vote if necessary. Georgia's lieutenant governor plays a vital role in the General Assembly. Remember, the General Assembly, those are the people who make the laws. That's the legislature. Okay, you got the House of Representatives on one side. Their leader is called the Speaker of the House. And on the other chamber, the other side, you have the Georgia Senate. And their leader is called the Lieutenant Governor. Okay? All right, here's some state agencies. Okay, Georgia has multiple state agencies, all which work as a part of the executive branch. Because there are so many state agencies in Georgia, the executive branch is the largest branch out of the 3. Some of these state agencies include the Department of Education. Okay, well, what is that? That's what oversees the education of Georgia's school children. Okay, like you. The Department of Transportation, which oversees Georgia's roads, bridges, overpass, and the upkeep of its infrastructure. Okay, this one's very important because you don't want to be driving on bumpy roads. Okay, a lot of y'all drive the bus. I know when you start riding the bus, you hit a pothole, it's not going to be fun, right? You want to take care of the roads, okay? The Department of Natural Resources, which deals with wildlife, boating, recreation, hunting, fishing licenses, and protecting the environment. And then the Department of Economic Development, which deals with bringing businesses and industries into the state to provide jobs for people and expand Georgia's economic growth. Okay, all of these are very, very important. Okay, all important, to everyone around the state. So, in conclusion, Georgia has 3 branches of government: executive, judicial, legislative. During this part, we talked about the executive today. Yesterday, we talked about the legislative, how they make the laws. And then part 2 of government, we'll talk about the judicial system and how they interpret the law. Georgia's Constitution provides rights for people and sets up its government. Remember, we talked about the rights that you have provided to you by the Constitution, like freedom of speech, freedom of press. Remember, we talked about freedom of speech. That doesn't mean you can go out in the parking lot and just scream the F word as loud as you want, okay? But it does mean you can criticize government officials on social media like Twitter, okay? Georgia's motto is wisdom, justice, and moderation. Georgia has a legislative branch called the General Assembly. It is bicameral. Remember, what does bicameral mean? It means 2, okay? 2 chambers, the House of Representatives and the Senate, and they make the laws. Georgia's General Assembly works to get laws passed in committees. Remember, there are 4 different types of committees we talked about. Georgia has a governor who is in charge of his executive branch. Georgia's governor is in charge of state agencies and represents our state. Okay? All right, that's all we have. Once you finish watching this, do me a favor and go ahead and finish up your study guide. If you are done with your study guide, play review games or do the breakout again. Your choice. All right, guys, have a great day.